Hey everyone, I felt like I need to make this video because of the garbage that people are being fed, children are being fed, we're being brainwashed, conditioned through the media, through the school system with these false, unscientific disorders. And two of them I want to focus on is the ADD and ADHD. I want to give my take on this through the years of looking into it a little bit. People are being harmed, people are being misdiagnosed, people are lied to, being told that they have a disorder, which means that you're not okay. Something's wrong with you. You're not in order, you're in disorder. And that is garbage when it comes to ADD and ADHD. Children are being medicated, given medicine for life because they get given these pills because they need to go into order because they're in disorder based on symptoms that are normal human traits, normal for everyday people, but they want to say that this means that it's a sign that shows that you have something wrong with you. You don't have anything wrong with you. Why do they call it a disorder? Because you're not in order, in the order they think you should be, because if you're not like everybody else, something's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're uniquely made. There's no one else like you. Your fingerprint proves that. There's no other person that has the DNA you have. You are uniquely made. And yet they say these are symptoms. In other words, signs to show that there's something wrong with you. And if we look at these symptoms right now, when we really break them down, it makes you think, who are these people that wrote these symptoms down? Who are these people that made up that that's a sickness or a disease or a disorder? Something's wrong with that person. And you start thinking maybe the person that wrote these things down, these doctors, these psychiatrists that started saying that these are symptoms, maybe these guys are the ones who need the medicine. But behind it, the ones who made this up, they know this is garbage. But money speaks. They want customers. So please, the reason why I'm making this video is I'm hoping that you will look into it a bit, hear this perspective, my take on this, and then do whatever you feel like doing anyway. You know, it's just hear another angle. So let's go through some of these so-called symptoms, which the people that wrote them seems like they need some mental help. This is found anywhere you put up about ADHD, ADD symptoms. When you look it up online, it'll come up on CDC website, it'll come up on the health websites, the psychiatry websites. It's everywhere. These are the symptoms. Are you ready? What makes you something wrong with you or makes you have a disorder? Often fails to give close attention to details or makes careless mistakes in schoolwork, at work, or with other activities. That means you have a disorder. No, that makes you human. We all do these things. Next one. Often has trouble holding attention on tasks or play activities. The person might have something else on their minds. This is a normal human trait. We all have been through times where we have trouble holding attention because we're thinking about something else. Who cares? This is normal. It doesn't mean that you have a problem. Often does not seem to listen when spoken to directly. Maybe they don't want to hear what you got to say. Maybe they're upset about what you're saying, so they don't want to hear it, just like a normal human does. What a garbage symptom. They call this a symptom, like something's wrong with you. This is normal human traits that happen. Often does not follow through. This doesn't mean it's okay, and it doesn't mean it's good behavior or anything like this, that it's okay behavior to tolerate. It means we need to change, we need to stop being rebellious, stop being disobedient. Yes, absolutely, changing in attitude is good, but saying that there's something like a disorder, a sickness that needs medicine to fix you, that is garbage. So let's continue. Often does not follow through on instructions and fails to finish schoolwork, chores, or duties in the workplace. I think that's all humanity. Again, what garbage thing to write as a symptom, because it's found in nearly all humans, because all humans can say, I've done that every now and then, or I've done that for 6 months of my life. Why? Because I was going through something that time in some of these symptoms that they say. What a garbage thing. Do you know why they're so simple things, everyday things that we would actually relate to? Because then it makes you a customer. You look at it and go, wow, I'm like that. Oh, wow, I've been like this. Oh, something's wrong with you. You got ADD, you got ADHD, and so on with the other disorders that they claim people have. They just need to make more customers and get some more money. So this is a simple way to do it. When people are just gullibly listening because there's doctor in front of the doctor title in front of their name. Oh, they must, they care about me. They just go to some conferences. This pharmaceutical industry guys come up with their suits and they do a little nice presentation, talk about this new pill, this new drug, talk about what the symptoms are to find out someone's got this disease or this disorder, and you give them this drug and it'll help them, blah, blah, blah. And you'll make 5% and da-da-da. These are sales reps for the pharmaceutical industry. and the doctors just repeat what they heard. They don't think outside of the box, they just repeat what they heard. That's what the doctor does. So please don't go like God's spoken to you because the doctor said. Go research, what is this drug? Look at the ingredients, type up the ingredients online, find out what each ingredient means and does. Look at the side effects. Don't just go for it. Don't just take everything they tell you to take. Please, this is your life. This is your child's life. This is really hurting people. You doctors that are doing this, you psychiatrists that are doing this, you're going to give an account to God. You're not going to get away with it. If you're knowingly doing this, you're going to give an account to God. So you can think it's okay now because that's what they told you, that's your job or whatever. If you know what you're doing and you know what you're doing is wrong, or you haven't even looked at the ingredients, what they really do, and you're giving them to your customers because you're getting some percentage or whatever, you're doing what is evil. So please change, stop. Do what is right by the people you're looking after. Let's continue. Often has trouble organizing tasks and activities. Maybe that's not something that they're good at. There's people that are really good at organizing tasks and activities. There's people that are not. So why does that make it a disorder? How stupid is that? We're all different, we're all unique. But yet they're right, everyone has to be able to do this well. No, they don't have to be. Why? Because maybe if they get you to pull apart some engine and then put it back together again, you have no idea what you're doing. Why? Because that is not your gift. That's not something that keeps you attentive to it because you don't like doing such a thing. And that's the same with some of these kids. They're getting told that they must think the exact same way, like to do maths, like to know history. Maybe they don't like maths. Maybe they like, gardening, being outside, fixing, building houses, building things. And that's what they like. And maybe you're bored of that and you lose attention when you're trying to do that because you don't like it. But you like academics, you like education, you like reading. Cool. Why? Because you're like that. So when we're trying to make everybody like each other, like what the system tells us we have to be, this is garbage. This is not how God created us to be. So let's go back again. Often avoids, dislikes, or is reluctant to do tasks that require mental effort over a long period of time, such as schoolwork or homework. Again, that is 99% of all students. This is garbage symptom. This is a symptom to say that you have a disorder. How stupid is this? This is normal. The next one, often loses things necessary for tasks and activities. So every husband that loses their keys has ADD and ADHD. The example, school material, pencils, books, they lose books and pencils, tools, wallets, keys, paperwork, eyeglasses, mobile telephones. Yep, you have a disorder. There's something mentally wrong with you. You need some pills. I'm telling you, these guys need the pills right now. These guys are the ones who have a disorder. Unbelievable what they're writing. But again, it has to be everyday things, simple, basic things that everyone relates to, so they can say, oh, well, do I have ADD? Maybe I have ADHD. So that means there's something wrong with me. That's why I do it. Let me take some pills and fix me. They're not going to fix you, mate. They're going to damage your system because you're putting something foreign into your system. Then it's going to give you side effects. And then you're going to need pills for the side effects. So then they're going to give you pills for your side effects. They're not going to take away the ones they gave you. They're going to give you even more pills to fix the side effects. Then the new pills will give you side effects and give you new pills for the new side effects. And it goes on and on and on, destroying your life. Next one. Is often easily distracted. Just think about this. When you watch a movie or something, and then out of the blue, the thought comes in your mind that to check your phone. So you look in your phone, you check if there's any messages, if you've got an email or something, and then you keep watching the movie. You are ADD. You are ADHD, mate. And it doesn't cross their mind when it says he's easily distracted or doesn't get attentive to what's happening, especially in school. Maybe the teacher's very boring. Maybe what they're listening to is very boring, so they're distracted. Why? They start drawing something or they're gone somewhere else thinking something else. Why? Because it's boring. Maybe the teacher is not enthusiastic enough, not excitable enough to make the kids so, yeah, man, I want to really listen. Maybe the subject is really boring to them. Why? Because it's not a subject that's within them. It's not who they were created to be in life. So they're not going to use this topic. They're not going to use maths in the non-basic sense. They're going to be a mechanic. They're going to be a gardener. They're going to be something else. I don't know, a horse trainer. They're not going to need to know A plus B equals T S X minus. Who cares? You understand? But you have to know this. No, I don't, mate. What are you talking about? It doesn't have any passion in my heart to know it. Why? Because that person wasn't created, wasn't called to be that as they grow up. So leave the kids alone. Anyway, let's keep going. Is often forgetful in daily activities. Maybe they have a lot of other things in their mind. Some other silly ones. Let's keep going. Often fidgets with or taps hands or feet. Maybe they're a drummer. They were born to be a drummer. Buy them a drum set, a bongo, a djembe, a cajon. Buy them something like that. If they like tapping things, mate, then you see what they were born to be, a drummer. So help them on their way to become what's coming out of them naturally already, tapping and whatever, making beats. Yay, man. Okay? If they're fidgety, maybe it's boring them and they have so much more energy, they can do so much more things at the same time, and they have to sit down and listen to some boring topic, only one of them. Okay, so they're fidgety. Why does it have to be a symptom that there's something wrong with that person, saying there's something wrong with you? And then the kid grows up saying, I have ADD, ADHD. They own it. They start declaring that over themselves, that there's something wrong with them. You don't have a problem, okay? Be free from this lie. Next one. Often leaves seat in situation where remaining seated is expected. So listen to this next one. Often runs about or climbs in situations where it is not appropriate. Did you hear that? They're kids, man. Of course, they're going to do things that are inappropriate, where you can be in a place where you shouldn't be running, but the kid who's got energy, wants to run, wants to have a bit of fun. What's not appropriate to us adults? But to them, what do they believe? They don't think it's inappropriate. So this is garbage. This is crazy. For a kid, there's no such rule. It's not inappropriate. I just get this energy boost and I want to run around, have some fun because this is boring or whatever. Go for it. Have some fun. It's okay to tell your kid stop it or whatever because it's not appropriate, because for adults, what we're doing, that situation or the place we're at, like a wedding or something like this, it wasn't appropriate. That's fine. That's just correct the child. Say, hey, stop it. They don't have anything wrong with them, but they want you to believe as a parent that your child has something wrong with them because that's what they do. Why? Because that's what normal kids do anyway. So they wanted to put all these normal things that humans do and say that that's something wrong and that's a symptom showing that your child has something wrong with them. Mate, this is just unbelievable. The next one. Often unable to play or take part in leisure activities quietly. Again, that's just a misbehavior, man. It's got nothing to do with being a symptom. They're misbehaving or they're not being quiet when they should be because the adult said to be quiet. They're child. Of course, these things will come about. They're children. Next one. Is often on the go as if driven by a motor. Is often on the go as if driven by a motor. In other words, is very energetic or she's very energetic. That is amazing. That is awesome. These are people that will not settle. These are people that are usually world changers, that will go past what was normal, past the limits that someone stopped at and go to another revolutionary place in engineering, in other aspects of life that humans have stopped. It's these kind of people that have taken the world even further, taken humanity even further. This is awesome. That's who they are. They have a lot of energy because that's who they are. Just because I am not as energetic as them doesn't mean there's something wrong with them. Just like it doesn't mean there's something wrong with me. So if I'm slower than them, it doesn't mean I need to take pills so I can be as fast as them. What a garbage, again, symptom that they put up for children. Often blurts out an answer before a question has been completed. Again, anyway, I don't know what to say. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, in some cases they shouldn't, but so what? What's the big deal? They knew that, they pre-understood the question before you even finished. That's awesome. Look at that. That is a gifting, not something that's put down and call it a disorder. Come on. Next one. Often has trouble waiting their turn. That's most people I know. So basically impatient. So if you're impatient, there's something wrong with you. That's a symptom. You have ADD, ADHD. Often interrupts or intrudes on others, butts into conversations or games. That's just bad behavior. Again, just bad behavior. Teach them the right way. Keep teaching them, one day they get it, or they grow out of it. One of the two. But see, this is just some of the symptoms they claim that children would have or people would have and makes them ADD or ADHD. And I wanted to bring up how stupid these symptoms are, just so I can help you. Please, once you go into the rabbit hole of taking this medicine, the psychiatrists start giving these kids because the teacher said he's too ADHD for me. Maybe you need some pills because you're too boring and too slow, and you need some pills to catch up and be a bit faster, more energetic because you're boring. You get me? It's just this crazy stuff just because a teacher said, I don't like how this one is compared to everybody else. Then they have a problem, they have a disease, they have a condition called ADD. I wanted to make this to please protect your kids. Think twice before you just take their advice and go and put your kids on drugs. That's going to ruin them, or they're going to be stuck with these drugs for the rest of their lives. And most cases, drugs will be added to them because of the side effects. So yeah, anyway, comment, share, help people be aware. And yeah, thank you, and subscribe to my channel if you like what you're hearing. I want to make a few more videos like this. Okay, see ya.